And now, a special update. The villainous assassin Kendra was recently spotted at the third rail. So, Jerry, go on. Tell the listeners about what we're talking about. When you're done, I got a reward all squared away. Will you just help me out? You hear that? Sounds like the Silver Shroud has another bad guy to deal with. The same Kendra who bombed Little Joe's shack and killed 4 innocent drifters. The armor plating is good, but it could be better. And maybe I can make a few other improvements. We can't let AJ kill kids. Maybe at least I can keep tinkering, though, to try to make your Shroud costume even better. If you want to see the Silver Shroud in action, stay near Whitechapel Charlie. The Shroud's sure to interrogate him to find the evildoer's whereabouts. Cost? Free, of course. After all we've been through, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's on. Oh, sure. But check back later. Nah, he's gonna do something about it. AJ's selling the kids, and his chems have killed people. But you saved me and all, so I do wish you the best. Maybe you're gonna get your hands dirty to do anything in this crazy mixed-up world. I hope you try to do the right thing, even when it ain't easy. Where's the armor, Shroud? Sorry, Shroud. I don't have any upgrades ready. There's nothing more I can do. The armor is as good as it's gonna get. You made a deal with Rex, who was supposed to be stopping him. You look great in the costume. You got no idea how much this means to me. All these years, and I'm this close to bringing the Silver Shroud to life. I kept hoping you'd live up to the Silver Shroud. We had a good run of it, didn't we? I salvaged some mint combat armor, and these plates should really be a step up in protection. Got a new flak jacket to put under the trench coat. Old war military issue type stuff. You just gotta see it in action. These poly-laminate plates give you serious protection. It ain't no power armor, but it's the best I can do. It's been a pleasure, Shroud, truly. You stay safe. Oh, sorry. I can't do nothing now. I'll fire up my radio when I have something for you. If you don't get the costume, Shroud, not much I can do. I'll be here when you get it. Come back later, okay? I got some more ideas. We still talking? Maybe one day. I'll start working on some new gadgets. So much evil in the world. We gotta keep fighting, I guess. And memorabilia, too? You're something else. Together with my gun, everything's all set. There she is, pretty as the posters. The Silver Shroud costume herself. I'll call in any bad guys I see. Sadly, in Good Neighbor, that won't take long. Together with my gun, everything's all set. I'm going back to Good Neighbor. If you need anything, Shroud, just drop by. And thanks. I've been working on improvements for the costume. You ready for me to get to work? You're right. But I'm tired. I just want to go home. You helped me out when everyone else just laughed at me. And you're from the olden days, just like me. You know how much things have fallen, how much we gotta fight for, to make the place better. So you in? Word is Cato's last mark got whacked. Please tell me you had nothing to do with it. People are talking about the Shroud, and not in a good way. The Shroud's supposed to be a hero, not a villain. Things really aren't getting better. The Shroud's meant to make the world better, not worse. Doing the right thing is never easy, but we gotta make Good Neighbor a better place. I'm not so sure this is all gonna work. We're patrolling the streets, meeting with the mayor, just like the radio show. I've been thinking about what you and Hancock said. I've decided I can't give up, but I'm no fighter. It was just great to see the Shroud in action, even for a little while. Maybe one day I could... I just want to go home. Calling all Silver Shroud fans. I got an urgent mission. If you're a true fan, stop by the Memory Den and to talk to Ken Connolly. The Silver Shroud needs you. I just give up. On all of it. Crime fighting just isn't what I thought it'd be. What? You already have it? There she is. Pretty as the posters. The Silver Shroud costume herself. You suit up and clean the streets. Together we can make a real difference. You'll see. So you in? That's just great. Too bad. The city could use you. There she is. Pretty as the posters. The Silver Shroud costume herself. I just have to do something, you know? With the gun, I'm just another armed hooligan. But if the Silver Shroud came to life and helped people, it would give everyone hope. He's from the radio shows. I've listened to all 419 episodes. And the holiday special. He's the best. Better than Grognak and Man to Man combined. And they actually got one here in Boston. They made it for the TV show. Will you help? You should. They're the best detective stories in the whole world. I've built my own custom machine gun, even better than the one in the show. But to make this work, I still need the most important piece. The genuine Silver Shroud costume herself. You up for being the Silver Shroud? You already got your own origin story and everything. What with the cryovault and all. Here, I wasn't gonna welsh on our deal. Yeah, but I do have a better idea who should wear it. I got a better idea who should wear it. Me wearing a suit is probably a terrible idea. But the costume and gun are yours, so you patrol Good Neighbor's streets, and I'll call in any crimes on my radio station. Hear me out a second. I've come to realize something. Oh, I have an idea who should wear it. Time to fight crime! Here's some calling cards, I guess. When you dispatch justice, leave them behind. That way, everyone knows the Silver Shroud has returned. Calling all Silver Shroud fans. A once-in-a-lifetime announcement. Whatever it's about, be careful, Shroud. We're all with you. Another headliner. Hancock seeks a special meeting with our hero, the Silver Shroud. The Silver Shroud returns and he's gonna clean up the streets. Everyone heard how Wayne Delancey murdered Miss Selmy and her kid over a few lousy caps. If it'll get you to help, sure. I may be able to scrounge up a couple of things. The Shroud's motivated by justice, not caps. Please, you gotta help. You ready to help? The bad guys aren't gonna defeat themselves. Good Neighbor needs the Silver Shroud. It's not like I'm asking you to dress up as Grognek the Barbarian. I'll be here if you change your mind. After all these years, the Silver Shroud is born again. But there's just one problem. I'm still working that out. Some details I want to run by you. Well, after you give me the costume, that is. I'm just not Silver Shroud material. I could be Rhett Reinhardt, or his butler, Jarvie Blake. But the Shroud is strong, capable. No one else would help me find the costume. Even though it sounds crazy, you cared. The whole world's fallen hard. We gotta fight to make the place better. So you in? Sadly, that's not the first time I've heard that. You ever listen to the Silver Shroud? That's what we need. No matter how bleak things got, he saved the day. You're back. I've never been so happy to see anyone in my entire life. Now you're just playing with me. Though that would be pretty neat. You know what would be even neater? Oh, sure. There were a lot of us schools that lived back then, but none of us looked as good as you. Are you really that old? You mean when they first aired? How? The last broadcast was hundreds of years ago. Oh man, that's amazing! You're just like Mr. Abominable from episode 83. Sorry, but you know the show. Best detective stories in the world. Death is coming for you, Wayne. You'd remember him if you heard his show. They're the best detective shows in the whole world. Heed, episode 23. I can't. I know how it sounds. I just need time to recover, you know? We're recording in here! Things didn't always go the way I pictured. But thanks, Shroud, for saving my life. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna need some time to heal, you know? But then I got a special project in mind, just for you. I'll fire up my radio station if I make any progress. Yes? Please, make it stop. What are you doing? What? Yeah, that's the one. They found him in an iceberg off the harbor. Maybe in some parts, like Diamond City, but over here, we got a ways to go. I got a question for you. Boy, if you just woke up, the world these days must take some getting used to. Mainly I focused on survival. It got real bad after the bombs fell. For a long while, I tried not to think of the good old days. Just too painful. But it's all we got now. So we gotta try and make it better. I got a question for you. He was a caveman, got frozen in an iceberg from prehistoric times. When they thawed him out, he went on a rampage. It took the Shroud and Man-to-Man combined to take him down. Things may look bad, but we gotta try to make it better. I got a question for you. It's just that the show, well, it helped me through some pretty tough times, you know? Yeah, there's so much crime and violence. What we need is a real hero. I got a question for you. You up for being a Silver Shroud? You're just like him. Except you probably haven't been in a blimp shot down by mobsters. It's happening. Even the doubters gotta believe. The Shroud's flesh and blood. The Shroud's gone away on an important mission. But don't lose heart. He'll be back. Until then, Do what you can to help, good neighbor. Together we can do it. Aw, man! The Silver Shroud's bringing justice to good neighbor. You bad guys better look out. You hear the gunshots outside the gates? Then you heard the work of the Silver Shroud. Kendra won't be murdering nobody no more because the Shroud delivered his final justice. So don't be shy. You hear an evil plan? A nefarious scheme? See Kent Connolly at the Memory Den. Change is coming to good neighbor. What if the Silver Shroud was real? With his black trench coat and gleaming silver submachine gun. It's rough in the best of days. But now, good neighbor's crazy. Thefts, murders, worse. Sometimes you just gotta escape a little to make it through the day. No argument here. We're gonna make this a decent place to live again. Just listen to the radio station, Shroud. Be careful. The comic book store's in a real bad part of town. You drifting off there? People do that with me. Sometimes. We still got a lot of work to do. My leg is killing me. But it could have been so much worse. I knew it was bad out there. But this... I don't even think the Silver Shroud himself could fix this disaster area. But there ain't no good people left. The way you, well, with AJ and Kendra, I just want to go home. I ain't ready to get back out there and fight crime. But I've been thinking. This means a lot to me. I was tortured. Almost died. It's not like the radio plays at all. Maybe one day we'll write another. You don't need to tell me that twice. Great. The Silver Shroud's dispatched justice already. Miss Selmy has been avenged. Another special update. No, it wasn't Bobby No-Nos who offed AJ and his goons. You're gonna do this? For real? So that's where you'll find it. You're the best. Before the bombs fell, they were filming the Silver Shroud pilot over at Hubris Comics. I got a plan to bring him to life. So we can fight bad guys and give the rest of us a symbol of something better. Reliving old memories. Like Thanksgiving, 2071. Mom made a 12-pound turkey. And then we all listened to the Silver Shroud vs. Captain Cosmos. Even Pa was there. I can give you some caps up front. Just promise you'll help me. I ain't asking you to do it for free. Listen, the costume's at Hubris Comics. You get that, and there'll be some caps in it for you. If not, I understand. Oh my God! Do it, Shroud! Do it! Oh, my knee! She won't be... What? Oh God, what's happening? Don't do it, Shroud, it's a trap! Save yourself! Here's a Silver Shroud update. In case you missed it, Kendra's reign of terror is over. You and me both, Shroud. But I don't know. I'm going back to good neighbor. Really, thanks for saving me. But I'm just done. Nothing went the way it's supposed to. AJ, Kendra, and this. I just want to go home. I thought I was done for sure. Calling the Silver Shroud! Calling the Silver Shroud! I got a special delivery for you. Come see me at the Memory Den. Let me see. No. Well, maybe I would have locked the door. Friend of the show, Jerry, is here. Oh, you better believe it. Now's our time, listeners. Justice is coming to good neighbor. You'll see. You got the memory pod loaded up? Oh, you're not Irma. It was the Silver Shroud. See his calling card if you don't believe me.